Her experience in India had taken her to another dimension, where she discovered her soul's purpose once again. Now she was heading into a complete unknown, to a place and time where even the word yoga would draw blank stares. As Flight 296 began its long descent into Montreal, her mind filled with doubt and fear. Then, as if he was speaking from the seat beside her, Gurudev's words came back to her. I promise I will be ever with you. If you turn to your right, I will be on your right side. If you turn to your left, I will be on your left. But go ahead, because I will be right in front of you. We have lived and worked together in previous births. Never forget that.
In Montreal.
Hello. Do you know the meaning of yoga? For tonight, I have a guest with me who is a yogi. I would like you to meet her. Swami Radha, could you tell me the meaning of the word yoga?
Oh, yes, definitely. Yoga is Eastern philosophy and includes...
I ask Swami Sivananda Radha to speak to you on meditation on the Master.
She left her ashram some 6 weeks ago. Friends, will you help me to welcome Swami Sivananda Radha?
Travel, give lectures, teach the people there. She constantly thought about what he had asked her to do. How could she know if she was doing the right thing? Do not worry, he had said to her in India. Let the Lord take care of everything. She did her part, looking after the spiritual children who came to her. A small group of devotees helped her move into an old house in Burnaby, a suburb of Vancouver. 2 young men in the group stayed to do some renovations, and before long the 2 grew into 7, Gurudev's band of fine young men. The house, along with a small metaphysical bookstore downtown, became the first ashram in Canada. It was a good beginning, but there were limitations.
I realized that I couldn't take people out of their line of thinking. In other words, they were thinking of their children and school and shopping and phoning and controlling and all this stuff. So Gurudev had said that I should travel and then settle in the country, water in the front, mountains around, and lots of big trees. I said, it's the whole of BC. Where would I find the place? You see?
Where indeed? She would need help to find the ashram, and there was only one place she could turn to for that help. She made a pact with the divine. The first customer to enter the bookshop the next morning would tell her where to begin her search for the ashram.
So I be in the bookshop, and here is a very nice lady in her probably late 70s, stretching out both her hands, looking at me with very great warmth and love, and she said, Swami Radha, I always wanted to meet you. Why don't you come to Banff? Banff! Well, suddenly it dawned on me. She was the first customer.
It was like a treasure hunt, joining pieces of the map together as they were revealed to her along the way. A tiny classified ad in a Banff newspaper led her to Kootenay Bay and her first sight of the land that was to become Yasodhara Ashram.
So I look at the land, and that was quite an experience. You know, the little jetty there, almost on the border of next property, was still there. So, and I stood there and looked at the pebble beach here. And it was just as if there weren't any pebbles. It was just a heap of diamonds and sapphires and emeralds and rubies and what have you. And so then the men said, we'll show you the other end. The grass was this high on the road, on the dirt road. The men went before. They talked to each other. They ignored me entirely. And so I walked behind, and I had a feeling I wasn't touching the ground. there was something very strange happen. There was suddenly an establishing and knowing. I had come back to my old hunting grounds.
She calls it her time of living on faith, the years of building the new ashram and putting her teachings on the map. Sometimes faith was all she had to go on. It was a demanding time and there were many challenges, but she prevailed, and in the end, the obstacles served only to strengthen her resolve.
The ashram has given me very little opportunity to meditate and for certain practice. I was extremely busy. My days were often 12 hours and sometimes even 14 hours. The only thing that I could do was, whatever my activity was, to dedicate it to the Most High. And that is something that is open for you too. You can too dedicate anything you do to the Most High and bring the greatest quality possible into your life. Don't think, oh, it doesn't matter. Everything matters. The smallest thing matters.
It seemed that her work was completed. She had done everything that Swami Sivananda had asked of her. But then, in November 1994, she had a dream of Gurudev in which he gave her quite a different message.
And then Sivananda had occasionally a way of being very warm and sweet. So here in my dream experience, he said, well, Radhaji, it's still a while to go. But if you get too tired, just call me. I carry you. So I couldn't quite make out. A while to go, that means something has to be done. What? The ashram is debt-free, has good teachers, has good people. The temple is built. Now we have even the mandala house. The ashram has good reputation, has made its mark on the map. What is there to go? What have I to go for a while?
The answer came 6 months later with the gift of a pearl ring. When she put the ring and the dream together, almost at once Gurudev's words came back to her. Be a spiritual mother to all. And the image of a mantra pronouncement she had seen in his ashram many years ago arose in her mind. September 8, 1955, Rishikesh, India. Over 2,000 people had gathered in the ashram to celebrate Swami Sivananda's birthday and to receive his mantra pronouncement. She watched closely as Swami Sivananda climbed to a rooftop and projected the sacred syllable across a sea of faces. Although it was an impressive moment and a very moving experience, she still wondered how effective it was as a form of initiation. At her first opportunity, she asked Swami Sivananda.
I said, Gurudev, what does that mean? It can't have any effect. And he said to me very simply, well, he said, you can initiate 100 people, singly, give all the time, all the attention, all the help, and a week later they are forgotten, or a year later. But in all the crowd, it's like the seed, some take, some don't. The one who was sincere and really wanted, they will take the mantra to the heart.
September 8, 1995, Swami Radha repeated the sacred ritual that she had first seen at her guru's ashram in India 40 years earlier. By giving a mantra pronouncement to a large group of people, Swami Radha completed the final request of her guru: be a spiritual mother to all. It was evident from the precedence of the occasion that her life was drawing to an end, that her work was done. In her commitment to the path of higher consciousness, and in her loyalty and devotion to her guru and the teachings, Swami Radha has given us a precious gift: the way in to an ancient yogic path of liberation. By keeping her promise, she has shown us the way to the light. We are blessed to have had her in our midst once again.
Krishna says, at the end of the service of the true devotee, I will come in my chariot and take you home to me. And so wherever you turn, you have eventually to sit down, reflect, think, find out what all these things mean to you. It's your life, it's your course of evolution, it's your destiny, and it is the purpose of your life. You ought to know the evolution of consciousness. Nothing else matters.